Hi guys, today I'm going to be showcasing a sort of speedrun guide for Arena 1. Hopefully allow you to get the 7:9 minute 30 achievement that was recently added to Painless and Red. Fair warning before I begin this sort of guide where I show off some pretty cool helpful weapons, some good routing. The first Arena challenge is very RNG intensive. You really need to get some good weapon durability to get the fastest times. Obviously the times on this leaderboard shouldn't put you off. These are all complete bullshit. The early ones, I think under 5 minutes is about the furthest this run could ever reasonably go without modifying the game. I think this has all been done with Wii mod or cheat engine or something like that. I'm going to be discussing some of the best ways to do Arena 1, hopefully some of the fastest ways to do Arena 1. So I'll try and commentate as I'm doing it, play it a bit more slowly than usual. I should hopefully still be able to get a sub-9 30-minute run. So there's a sword right in the middle over here that an enemy goes for. You want to grab it first. Take out as many people as you can with it. As you do with every weapon, I'm not going to bother saying that every time. Now, I'm going for the head here because it's I'm doing a slower paced talking over it, but you want to go for the legs as much as possible. I'll demonstrate it here. Second sword in the back corner. The Gladius sword is one of the best weapons to go for in Arena 1. The first wave at least, because it's such a its durability can be the best, has the best potential, and hopefully 2 Gladius swords will bring you to the end of the first wave. The first wave, alternatively, spears are very good because they're always instant kills. The axe and the mace are the worst weapons to use because they're not always one-hit kills. They're a bit more finicky, they're a bit more breakable. The spears are the most breakable technically, but they are the very good weapon they're a good weapon to choose after the Gladius swords. On this wave, you want to kick over someone who has a cutlass first. The cutlass is the easiest to use of all these weapons. I messed that up. I'm gonna find someone with a cutlass. Obviously in regular Arena 1 you just kick them over immediately. I'm gonna find someone with a cutlass. There is one. And you can grab that from the ground and just start attacking people's legs. Take down as many people as you can. Pick up another weapon. It can be a cutlass, can be a dagger. I'll showcase the dagger real quick. So we've got a dagger. Let's say you didn't get the second cutlass. You want to go for a middle stab on everyone's the middle of their face as much as possible, which will hopefully instant kill them. Hopefully the dagger won't break. If it does, you can always grab another one. There's no shortage of daggers. The key strategy is to kick over the first guy, because then you'll be able to get a cutlass. That'll finish off enough people that you'll have plenty of weapons for the rest of the pirates. Ideally, at this point, you kind of want to have done about 50 seconds of running. I'd say maybe 20 seconds for the second wave if it doesn't go so well. Now this wave, big secret, there's a machete in the middle of these spike traps. You can just sort of weave around them like that. This machete will obviously be able to finish off 5 boxes if you get a... That was a poor hit. But anyway, it should be able to finish off 5 boxes pretty straightforward. Middle of the head, as I say, you want to go for the a side strike to the side of the head, middle of the head sort of thing. People get confused by that wave, they think they have to kill their allies sometimes. There's machete right in the middle of the traps. I would go for the machete. That'll get you through the wave. Next wave, there's a very, very important weapon that's going to help us beat this. It's the pimp cane. It's in this corner behind the player's start. You can almost completely kill the katana boss with this. It'll take about 10 to 13 hits. You can count if you like. You can afford to take a couple of knocks. If you accidentally hit one of his goons, that's fine. You probably will anyway. The RNG required is insane. But let's say I did. Let's say it broke before I was able to kill him. You just pick up one of these weapons, kick them over, or hit them with the pimp cane before you've killed the katana boss, and finish him off with one of these. It only requires 1 or 2 of these at the absolute most. And now, you'd usually have a sword. I waited until this guy picked it up. We'll just get it back. This sword will utterly defeat his goons. You want to be going for the katana boss first. He is the most helpful enemy to kill because he has essentially, in the context of this wave, an infinite durability weapon. It'll kill all of his goons. You just want to use his katana sword to kill them. You want to get him first. That's the most important aspect. Using the pimp cane, of course, not too many people know about that. I feel like it's a bit more of a rarity. Chef's wave. A lot of people complain about dying on this one. I am one of those people. There is a machete on this wave. It's on top of this pillar. You can kill the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 people with this, I'd say. But the knives you want to be picking up from these chefs, wherever possible, are the fillet knife, or the fillet, I don't know about the pronunciation. It's the long knives with black handles, because these can get an instant stab to the face. You want to go for the middle of the face, aiming as much as possible, doing a forward strike. That'll kill as many people as possible. And hopefully with each knife you get at least 1 other fillet knife drop from the kills. There you go. Worst comes to worst and you get a cleaver up. they're still pretty good. They're still usable. They're a bit of a slower option. I'll try and showcase that one in a second. Oh, chef's hat's very glitchy. Worst comes to worst, you get a cleaver, let's say. You can hit them in the head a couple times, or you can hit them in the legs for an instant kill because it cuts their legs off. Ergo, the NPC dies. Cleavers are good to use, just a bit slower, a bit more difficult to use, a bit more dangerous because you have to sneak down. The fillet knives are absolutely brilliant, though. You won't die on the chef's wave if you recoil after every hit. You want to hit them in the middle of the head as much as possible. Going on to the 6th wave now, very straightforward, just a one-man fight with a boxer. There is an instant kill on this, which is very inconsistent and difficult to teach. I'm going to try and do it anyway. I think it has to do with hitting them in the side of the head. If it doesn't work, which I'm going to just say ignore this for the time being, all you want to do is punch them and then recoil immediately. As soon as you punch them, recoil, and then he'll never be able to hit you. Simple as that. If you are afraid of this strategy, but quite rightly, because he's a tricky enemy, you can always try and lead him through the fire. It's a bit more timing-oriented. Ah, it's difficult to do. Let's see if we can get him. No, we can't quite. I'm going to finish him off with punches. But you want to practice this method, maybe with the boxer and biker bar. I think practicing with the boxer and biker bar would be a good idea. Just sort of keep trying to recoil after punching the boxer, and you should be able to keep hitting him without being hit yourself. Sorry. This wave, very RNG based, but the weapons you want to go for are the cutlass, the machete, and the pimp cane. That should finish off the enemies, but it does depend who kills each other. Kick over the pimp to get his cane. You should be able to just take out everyone you can in the near vicinity, get a few bonus weapons. Now we've got a few extra weapons on the ground. I saw a dagger around here, there's an oar, there's a shovel. All of this will do very well for killing the biker boss second. And you can get his machete, of course. Great weapon. If possible, try and use the machete immediately to kill Blackbeard. I used too much durability there, but we can just use another good weapon on the ground. His cutlass will almost always be able to finish off the rest of the enemies in the level. Sometimes it goes a bit better than that, it just depends how many of them kill each other, but you know, you want to go for Pimp Cane, then kill the biker as quickly as possible, get the machete, kill Blackbeard, use their weapons combined to finish off the level. Should be as simple as that. Going on to wave 8, we've got a very weird concept fight. The biggest, scariest enemy is the big prisoner. Luckily he goes down with a few tasers, so what we're going to do is kick over this taser man and recoil a bit. Leave them over there. Just going to hit him and then recoil with the taser. Go in the back if possible, because there you're extra safe. Now that's one broken. That one's broken. We're going to find another taser. There's one on the ground. Or you can just kick over another guard. Observe. Second taser. He's already down. It only takes a few taser shots if you keep recoiling every time. Taser's easily one of the safest, most enjoyable weapons because they tend to be instant kills. And if they're not instant kills, they're totally immobilizing. Finish him off with just a couple of tasers at the entire level. I think I used 3 there. Go for the tasers, kick over the guards with the tasers. It'll work out. Don't worry about it. Moving on to the 9th wave. This is a very simple strategy here that will lower the in-game time as well. With shotguns, you always want to be using them above enemies, so you want to sort of walk around the enemies a little bit, which will force them to be grouped together. This means you get them all in a really compact area. You can do this sort of as little or long as you like until you feel they're all grouped up. Maybe some of them picked up a few flintlocks. And then you want to sort of do a jump shot with a shotgun, because that'll go over their heads. It'll take out as many of them as possible. Keep doing this until you're out of ammo is what I tend to do, or until there's not a sizable group. So we can wait for a few of them to get back up. We've got one more shot, make it count. Good shot. I'm now going to break the shotgun, just attacking them, let some of them get back up, because of course a few get knocked over. Now we're going to go into Berserk Mode. This is the only real place to use power effectively. It's a good, definitely worthwhile to save up for this bit. I wouldn't use it on the previous wave, it's just not worth it. This is the absolute fastest way currently in-game to do this. If you get really good RNG, really good shots, you can do it in less, but I don't think it's worth trying. Just go Berserk Mode, it's very easy. Then you want to run around looking for flintlocks. When you're in Berserk Mode, make an effort to try and kill people with flintlocks in the hands, because these are your next best friend. They are surprisingly powerful. A few of them get back up, and then a few of them aren't even picked up. They're all at the sides of the arena. They go around in an oval with the arena. They're at the edges, they're in regular intervals. There's one here, one there, there's one over there. There should be one at the back if it's not been picked up. Yep, there. Wait, no, that's not the one. There's one over here, sorry. I think it must have been picked up. One over here. And I think there should be one at the start, but I think it's been picked up. That's one here as well. That's good. So these are all regular intervals. Just run around getting the flintlocks from the edge of the arena. They're not so much the edge, and they're near the edge. and a couple of guys left. Beat them up. You can do this in hugely varying degrees of speed, but what I did there is pretty safe. Just going and getting the flintlocks. You can finish them off with a punch maybe if there are just a couple left and you don't want to use too many flintlocks. We're going to move on to wave 10. This is the wave that the most people have problems with. So I'm going to pause the game real quick, give a quick rundown of how this would probably work. So in front of us, as soon as we get into wave 10, this is the wave that tends to kill people. It's the scary wave. So you want to, hopefully you have full health going into this wave. You regenerate a bit every time. So as long as you don't lose too much health in the last wave, you should have full, or at least close to full in this one. Sorry. The only weapon, the only barbell, I should say, we can get immediately is from Pimp, because we can kick him over, take it, and then we want to kill enemies who have barbells, which eliminates the enemies in the process and gets a new weapon. The reason you're actually able, and people don't tend to notice this, but you definitely can kill the bosses with one barbell. It just requires a lot of RNG. The last wave is super, super luck-based, because barbells have anywhere from 1 to about 5 hits, and they're all very powerful hits, but one hit's just not enough to do anything helpful. In that kind of scenario, we just go for the bottles and chairs, and then we'd have to finish them off with more punches. It's not ideal, but it does happen. So as soon as we get Pimp and get his barbell, we're going to go for the biker boss, take his, try and kill Blackbeard with his one, take Blackbeard's one, and try and kill the prisoner. That eliminates the super dangerous prisoner and Blackbeard enemies who can do super far lunges. And then we'll use the bottles and chairs, preferably, or whatever we have left of the other barbell to kill Katana boss, and then use his barbell to knock out Boxer. And then we tend to just punch the Pimp to death because he's a pretty weak enemy. So we should be able to do it like that. It depends a lot on the bottle RNG as well. Last wave is super luck dependent. We'll give it a go. See how it goes. Okay, go with Pimp first. Using the barbell to take out Biker Boss as much as possible. In the head, always the middle of the head. Now we've got a bit of spare durability here, so going for Blackbeard. Going for Blackbeard again with this barbell. Taken down. Now we've got his barbell. We can use it on Prisoner, who has powerful lunges. Broke after 2 hits. We're going to go for a bottle to take him out wherever possible. Oh, bad bottle RNG. It broke after 1 hit. You want to make him out the way because he's a real problem later on. If you're ever scared of the Pimp, just kick him over. Then that will get him out of the way. He's done for already. Now we use all of the bottles, all of our strength we possibly can on Katana Boss. Boxer's easy enough to avoid. Katana Boss has strikes, but you can survive about 5 of these completely. So all you want to do is recoil after 3 sort of hit strikes. Or whenever he starts to change his animation, you just want to recoil immediately from him. Using these chairs, these are the only weapons. It must be said, very sad. And now there is nothing left to do but punch Katana Boss to the ground by circling around him, going behind him as much as possible. Moving away when he's like this. Wait for him to strike. Like, there we go, good. Now we can move in for a couple of punches. Getting behind him as much as possible, which delays his animations. Getting the Pimp out of the way, because he's always a bit of a nuisance. Boxer should be on the other side of him. Okay, second hit there, but we're okay. In that instance, he actually managed to damage the Boxer quite badly. It's not something you can rely on, but it's certainly helpful, because that means we don't have to waste durability from Katana Boss's barbell on the Boxer. So that's nice. In a normal scenario, when you have Boxer and Pimp left after killing Katana Boss, you just sort of want to use barbell on Boxer because he's the most dangerous. Boxer's down, so we're going to take down Pimp with this. Okay, it broke. Now we just have to punch him to death. He's not a threat. And that should be Arena 1 done. In 8 minutes and 6 seconds, going at tutorial pace, even explaining everything as I go, you could probably play this along with this video. I think that would be able to get you the achievement. I'm hoping this video helped some of you. Just showcase a couple of slightly more secret weapons, maybe discuss some of the good movement strategies. Thanks very much for watching the video. If you like the video, please leave a like and share it with people you know may be struggling with this particular achievement. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Again, it'll probably be Paint-Thunder or Speedrun related. So I'll see you then. And check out the Paint-Thunder Speedrun.com leaderboards, where we have a bunch of we have all the arena leaderboards over there if you want to submit a time. We'll see you over there. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.